pitch is not just limited to letter names of the musical alphabet. We can add symbols to any pitch in order to raise or lower it. These symbols are called accidentals. Accidentals are symbols placed to the left of a note head which indicate that the previously understood pitch should be raised or lowered by one semitone or one whole tone. Do not let the word accidental throw you off. These symbols are used on purpose. The term came about before the modern definition of the word accidental, which means occurring by chance. When they were first used in the Middle Ages, the term accidental meant not essential. We will learn in a future module that they are not essential because they do not alter the key signature of a piece. An interval is the distance between two pitches. A semitone, also known as a half step, is the smallest distance between two pitches. It is easiest to visualize a semitone on the piano keyboard. It is the interval between any two adjacent keys, including both black and white keys. A whole tone is the interval equal to two semitones. A whole tone is also known as a whole step. There are 5 different standard symbols for accidentals. A sharp raises the pitch indicated by a note head on the staff by one semitone or one half step. The symbol for a sharp looks like this. Accidentals are always placed to the left of the note head, regardless of stem direction. For example, let's add a sharp to the pitch G. Here's what G sounds like. And here's what G sharp sounds like. It is slightly higher sounding. On a piano keyboard, G is located here. When we add the sharp, it raises the pitch by a half step. Therefore, G sharp is located here. Think back to the discussion of pitch in Module 2. The pitch you just heard, G, vibrates at approximately 392 Hz. The A above it vibrates at 440 Hz. Therefore, G sharp should vibrate at a frequency somewhere in between, and it does. G sharp has a frequency of approximately 415 Hz. A flat lowers the pitch indicated by a note head on the staff by one semitone. It moves the pitch in the opposite direction as the sharp. The symbol for a flat looks like this. Let's add a flat to the pitch G. Here's what G sounds like. And here's what G flat sounds like. It is slightly lower sounding. On a piano keyboard, G is located here, and G flat is located one half step lower. G vibrates at approximately 392 Hz. The F below it vibrates at approximately 349 Hz, and G flat is in between at approximately 370 Hz. The flat was the first accidental, specifically B flat. In the Middle Ages, this pitch was lowered to avoid dissonant-sounding intervals. That is why the flat symbol looks like a B. The other accidental symbols are all mutations of that original B flat. A double sharp raises the pitch indicated by a note head on the staff by a whole tone or one whole step. The symbol for a double sharp looks like this. Here's what G sounds like, and here is what G double sharp sounds like. You may be thinking to yourself, that sounds and looks like the note A on the piano. You're not wrong. In music, there are pitches called enharmonic equivalents. Enharmonicism is a phenomenon in which two pitches, which are notated differently on the staff, sound the same and look the same on the piano keyboard. G double sharp and A are enharmonic equivalents. Why does enharmonicism exist? Why is there more than one possible spelling for a note? Our modern tuning system is called equal temperament. In this system, the octave is divided into equal parts. An octave is the distance from a letter of the musical alphabet to the next instance of that letter, either ascending or descending. The frequency of the next higher pitch is always double that of the previous octave. For example, the frequency of the A above middle C is 440 Hz. The frequency of the A one octave higher is 880 Hz. In equal temperament, the octave is divided into 12 equal semitones. there is an approximate difference of about 6% in the frequency of any two adjacent chromatic pitches. But in earlier tuning systems, all semitones were not equal in size. Therefore, two pitches, such as G double sharp and A, could end up being similar in frequency, but not having the exact same frequency, so they required different names. In a future module, we will learn that how you spell a pitch on the staff is also tied to the key signature, which gives further credence to the idea of enharmonicism. A double flat lowers the pitch indicated by a note head on the staff by one whole tone, or one whole step. The symbol for a double flat looks like this. Here is what G sounds like, and here's what G double flat sounds like. G double flat is the enharmonic equivalent of F. An accidental alters the pitch of the note that it is attached to, as well as any subsequent occurrences of the same pitch on the same line or space in the same measure. Once you cross over the bar line, that accidental is canceled and the pitch returns back to its original level. If you want to cancel an accidental before the next bar line, you use a natural. A natural, placed to the left of a note head, indicates that the pitch should be played unaltered. It cancels any previous sharp, flat, double sharp, or double flat. There is one final concept for this module: octave identification, or octave designation. Octave designations provide a method to correctly identify every possible instance of a member of the musical alphabet, from the lowest to the highest instance. In 1939, the Acoustical Society of America proposed a system that numbers the octaves from the lowest to the highest on the piano. This means that the lowest C on the piano keyboard is called C1, and the highest C is called C8. Middle C is C4. Any pitch beginning from C4 within the octave up to the next C is also numbered as a 4. So the E above middle C is E4, and the B above middle C is B4. The number changes when we reach the next instance of C. Octave identification numbers are tied to how a pitch is notated on the staff, not how it is played on the piano or how it sounds. So this pitch is B4, and this pitch is C5. This pitch is B sharp 4, and this pitch is C flat 5. Octave designation numbers allow us to more easily discuss specific pitches on a music score. Instead of saying, the instance of C that is written 2 ledger lines above the staff in the treble clef, we can simply say C6. Practice writing accidentals. They are the most carelessly written symbol in music. Work at the piano, playing various pitches and raising and lowering them by 1 semitone and 1 whole tone. The terms learned in this module will form the basis of writing musical scales.